Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this is the bowl final pitting KCB in green and blue against Nondies in the white and red strip. KCB are the outgoing champions of the Christie Sevens. Remember, they won this tournament last year en route to winning their maiden Safaricom 7 Series title. They have retained the series title but relinquished the Christie Sevens title after they failed to qualify for the Cup quarterfinals. They finished third in Pool A, losing 2 games yesterday and winning 1. Today they started off with a 31-7 quarterfinal win against Mean Machine, following this up with a 19-7 result over Western Bulls. Nondies reached the bowl final with a 43-7 result over JK Art, following this up with a 22-0 win over Catholic. The match gets underway here at the RFUEA Grounds. Esa Otieno just killing it and ensuring that it will be a 22 dropout. Well, the ball played in there. This is Peter Lugano having a bit of difficulty in fielding that ball, but anyway, he eventually retrieves it. This is Teddy Solano playing it out there to Charles Kanyi, looking to telegraph his sidestep. This is Oscar Dennis. He has been impressive all through for Nondies throughout this tournament. Just taking it in again there. Loose ball picked up. Jacob Oje trying to stave off the attentions of Teddy Solano. He takes it into contact. There's an almighty fight for that ball, but KCB retaining possession. Benjamin Ojema into Andrew Amondi. Andrew Amondi just taking it in again there. And now Ian Indimuli is the man on the spot. Again, KCB counter-racking, just keeping play alive. Andrew Amondi has Oliver Mangeni who falls awkwardly. A bit of a comical moment, but it won't be funny if they concede a try. They do concede a penalty. Peter Lugano just playing it there to Biko Adema, looking to prise open a gap in the KCB defense. He actually gains good ground for Nondies. Once again, Lugano. He has Charles Kanyi out as well as Teddy Solano. This is good continuity from Nondies. KCB, unbelievable. Charles Kanyi probably had seen acres of space, startled and just dropping the ball. The advantage turning to KCB. So it's going to be a scrum down. KCB put in. Benjamin Ojema up there against Nondies Peter Lugano. Benjamin Ojema just gets that ball out. This is Esau Otieno keeping the ball alive. That was a bit reckless from him. This is good continuity again from Nondies.
Next game.
Nondies have signaled their intent early on. They want to leave the RFUEA Grounds with a piece of silverware, and they believe they can get that silverware in the bowl final. We played about 3 minutes, 10 seconds, and Nondies have done all the early pressing. But it's KCB with the possession. Oliver Mangeni retrieves that ball from the line out. Referee Alan Wanjohi. Let's listen to what he says. The advantage now swings back to Nondies. It really has been a start-stop in this first half. Nothing has really flowed the way you would expect it to.
Nine's there.
This is Oscar Dennis
Advantage.
looking to race clear there.
Leave it. High tackle. Let's go low. High tackle. Let's go low.
This is Charles Kanyi. Charles Kanyi is going to score. opens the scoring for Nondies, but he seems to be clutching his ankle. There's a KCB defense. Let's just look at the replay there. Charles Kanyi stepping, and it looks as though he aggravates the injury he sustained last week in Nakuru when he was performing the same exploits. He doesn't look good. As he receives treatment, we can see in our picture there Biko Adema, Kenya Sevens international, preparing to line himself up for the conversion. The conversion is wide. Nondies 5, KCB 0. We still have about 1 minute 50 seconds of the first half remaining. Well, it hasn't really been a half to talk about. Nothing spectacular. The game has been played in phases. Lots of stoppages, but as it stands, the most important statistic is that Nondies are leading KCB by 5 points to 0. And most importantly, they will retain possession for the restart. Charles Kanyi is back on his feet, walking gingerly though. Biko Adema to restart for Nondies. Placing it again deep. Benja Ojema fields it there. Keeping it into, this is now Philip Omai. Oliver Mangeni plays it out wide to Esau Otieno, who shrugs off Ben Nyambu. This is Ian Indimuli under pressure from Biko Adema, releases the ball. KCB in possession. Oliver Mangeni just offloading it there now. This is Andrew Amonde managing to shrug off his competition, and the ball played into the hands of the waiting Ben Nyambu. Nondies are out with the intent here. Covering tackle.
Okay, release.
From Jacob Oje, just slowing down the Nondies attack. You just feel they have everything it takes to score. Teddy Salano opting to use route 1 when he had acres of space out wide. He's going to be caught up there. We have seen KCB do this time and again during the series. And possession now swings their way as a hooter sounds for halftime. That would probably be the last order of business. It is. Halftime score, Nondies 5, KCB 0. Let's listen to what the coaches are telling their teams at halftime. I'll join you in a few for the second half.
We're moving quicker on the breakdowns. What they have to do is counter-rack. Turn over the ball, then they move the ball. Okay? If we move in 3, the minute the guy you tell him the ball, tell him down. We get the ball out. Silvio, they're coming for the shot. So we should get them if we spread it, because they're all coming for the turnover. So we communication, steady. Keep ball.
Sikieni my guys. Hey, sikieni hapa hivi. Mnasahau game plan. Andrew, acha play hero. Hakuna hero. Cheza na game plan. Oliver, hakuna hero hapa. Play game plan. Tumewin kwa sababu tunacheza kama team. Teams kama hizi zitatubog down tukisahau game plan yetu. Imetukari so far. Go back to basics my guys. Basics sasa. Back to game plan. Cutting edge, not cutting edge. It's my half ball. Watch it. Eye contact Andrew. Ukiingiza ball basi keep pass.
Delete on 2. Stop. Delete. 1, 2, 3.
Ben Nyambu, former Kenya Sevens international, long-time player at Nondies, and it's good to still see him in the game. But as it stands, the scores are KCB trailing Nondies by 5 points to 0. We have the second half, and KCB making some substitutions. I can see on the field of play, Edwin Salamba is on for Esau Otieno. It'll probably give them some attacking impetus, and Edwin Salamba is going to restart this game for the Bankers. Remember, they trail by 5 points to 0. His kickoff is deep and is not fielded by Teddy Salano, who actually got a hand to it before it went out. It's going to be line out KCB throw-in. Assistant referee Adelaide Nasambu spot on there. Benjamin Ojema to take the ensuing line out throw. You just feel that coming into this tournament, of course, KCB had a really pathetic day one. They have looked jaded, but probably the result of the exertions of having won the series. Biko Ademo playing Oscar Dennis out wide. Oscar Dennis has men there with him in the form of Jacob Ojay. Peter Lugano keeping it alive for Nondies. This is Charles Kanyi. He looks much better now. Joel Maingi has Ben Nyambu out wide, and Ben Nyambu is just going to turn on the gas and is tackled into touch by Oliver Mangeni. Interesting stuff this here at the RFUEA Grounds. For a moment it looked as though Ben Nyambu was going to score, but the hawk-eyed Oliver Mangeni just shepherding him into touch. Scores remain 5-0. Remember, the Shield final played earlier was won by Mean Machine, who registered a similar scoreline 5-0 against JK Yuat. Ben Nyambu was receiving some attention as a result of that tackle from Oliver Mangeni. The KCB line out again, poorly taken. The try. Teddy Salano doubles the lead for Nondies. KCB are just not in this. They were just caught ball watching. And a section of the crowd here at the RFUEA Grounds who are gathered to watch the final day of the 50th Christie Sevens. Remember, the scores are 10-0. Biko Adema preparing for the conversion. It is good. The scores are now Nondies 12, KCB 0. You can see the KCB bench just heads hung low. And importantly, for Nondies, they will retain possession for the restart. That's a very important element of the game because they can dictate how the kickoff is going to be from the restart.
Time run.
Charles Kanyi preparing for the restart. Kicks it deep into the hands of Ian Indimuli. Ian Indimuli has got a ton of speed on him and he's just tackled into the advertising hordes there. The line out is going to be for Nondies. You just feel that Nondies are running away with this one. 12-0 the scores at the moment.
Wait.
A second substitution for KCB. They are throwing on Peter Waitere. Ian Indimuli doesn't look too good after being shrugged into the advertising hordes. He's actually receiving medical attention there. Line out taken. KCB's reaction a bit slow. This is Edwin Salamba trying to wiggle his way through Nondies players.
Hands off, White! You're off your feet!
They win the contest at the breakdown. This is Philip Amae who has Oliver Mangeni in support. He opts to take it again into contact. The counter rock from Nondies. looking good. Referee Alan Wanjohi calling for the infringement. Penalty quickly taken by KCB. That's Benjamin Ojemba playing it to the new man, Philip. That was Peter Waitere. We have Jacob Ojay out wide. Jacob Ojay against Oscar Dennis. Jacob Ojay had beaten him but stepped into touch.
Line out. Salamba. Good ball. Stay 10. Yeah.
Line out throw for Nondies. Charles Kanye to take this one. It is retrieved by Nondies, but only just under competition from KCB. Referee Alan Wanjohi had spotted something.
Yeah, come.
Scrum down, Nondies put in. He called for the knock-on. Peter Waitere getting the slightest of touches as the ball traveled forward and out of his grasp.
Hold it. What's left? They're shoving.
Charles Kanye with a put in there. Under pressure from Benjamin Ajema. Nondies have been clever enough. Nondies are going to run away with this result. We have about 50 seconds to play. Biko Adema just taking in. Like I was saying, Nondies are going to run away with the result. Leading 12-0. We have about 40 seconds to play. KCB probably will just look to score a consolation try. This is Oliver Mangeni playing it out wide. This is the new man, Collins Owanjala, a youngster who played for the Kenya under-19s 2 years ago. KCB keeping it in possession. This is Benjamin Ojema. Just held up there.
Offside.
Getting the penalty.
Yeah.
Edwin Salamba. He has Jacob Ojay there and Andrew Amonde. Andrew Amonde has been a peripheral figure for KCB in this tournament. And KCB looking to create something. This is Benjamin Ojema. He has men out wide. He has Collins Wanjala who just plays it back to Ojema who knocks it on. And that looks like it'll be the final order of business here.
No, go on, have it.
Well, this is the worst I've seen KCB playing this season. They have been imperious when they featured in the cup finals. They won tournaments, but certainly not with performances like this. Having said that, you also have to give it to Nondies, who came into this game knowing what to do. They have starved KCB of possession, and that has been important because they frustrated the bankers into making errors. And they've just basically not been able to play. The penalty advantage remains with Nondies. The hooter sounds. Peter Lugano is going to run it out. Nondies are the winners of the bowl competition. 12-0 the result.
Total Nondies winning the bowl competition.
KCB finish the Safaricom 7 series with 92 points. We have the commercials coming up next and we'll join you for the remainder of the schedule.